So we're off to London, to the Harry Potter studios, and for a visit to London. And we stopped off at Sheffield Services for a little bit of a break on the way. But look at that wonderful, wonderful countryside at Sheffield. Can you believe it? And this is getting closer to London itself. These are the roads, and we're not in Kansas anymore. But I had to take a few photos of the graffiti on the way in. It was quite colourful and quite good. And here we are at Hamley's Inn, Regent Street. Dan there, my partner with Optimus Prime and Hagrid. And this is a gift shop that we popped in called Wizards and Spells, I think it was called. And then we broke off for some lunch, a long foot-long snack. And that's just the view from outside the window. Because people were staring at me from the McDonald's window, so I thought I'd video them. And here we are outside Selfridges. Didn't go in, but there's Marble Arch. And a car at Brabus Garage. And while we're away, the dogs were being cared for by a pet walking service, so we got a photo of them. And here we are, ready for breakfast before our day out to Harry Potter Studios. And there's my wonderful partner Dan in his Harry Potter jumper. And we're on the bus, we're on the way, we're off to Harry Potter World. And this is the entrance. I mean, wow, look at that dragon. All the graphics at the top there. So I just had to do a little bit of a video as we went in. It's quite breathtaking, to be fair, as I'm sure you feel the same. And there's the cupboard under the stairs where it all began for little Harry. And here we are before we go into the Great Hall. We saw the doors and we went in. Wow, I just couldn't believe the size, the detail, the magnificence of this place, this space. It was just overwhelming, breathtaking. And there was just so many people out, obviously, with their phones, and I was there as well, doing this little bit of content for you guys, just to have a look at our trip. But yeah, I mean, just look at that, look at the detail. And then they put on a bit of a display of when the Weasleys play their pranks. There you can see one of them on his broomstick floating around, suspended by a wire. But I couldn't get both sides of the room, but there was fireworks going off both sides, pyrotechnics. And yeah, it was just really, really beautiful, fascinating, magical. It really was. And here's a few of the costumes. Obviously I couldn't get photos of all the costumes because there's hundreds, probably thousands of costumes that were there, but it was just good to be among them, and the stairs and the pictures. But the thing that I took in the most was just the sheer detail and magic of the place, the love, the detail that's gone into it all. Especially when you look at Dumbledore's office here, it's just like, it's absolutely pristine. It's just a wonderful, wonderful space. And it's where it was filmed, it was what was used. And it really was surreal just being there in Dumbledore's office, just looking around and trying to take everything in. You could probably spend a day here, to be fair, just trying to take in all the details and what have you. And there's the model for the ball. And some more stairs, some more pictures. And here's Dan at Gryffindor's dorm room. He wanted a photo there. And here's the wands that they used, this selection of wands, and the mechanics of the doors, the special effects that they have. The special effects and some of the mechanics that they had on display were just amazing. And then divination class, really, really, really lovely. And even when you looked at the mannequins and the costumes, it felt as though they were actually there and they were going to start moving. So real, so magical, so alive. I really think if you can get to go to Harry Potter Studios in London, go, because it really is amazing. And then we're at Potions with Severus Snape. This little video, it's not going to do Harry Potter Studios any justice whatsoever, but I just had to share it with you guys because it was just so magical. It really, really was. It was a beautiful, beautiful day for us both. Dan said we've been here before 9 years ago, but there's been things added since then, so good for him to see as well. There's Tom Riddle's gravestone at the top there, and then a bit of the Ministry of Magic with some more costumes. And this was lovely to see, the animals that we use in the filming, the owls, the cats, the various creatures. And this is Hagrid's hut, and I love Hagrid. So yeah, I just had to get myself there. And there's his dog. And here's the Cornish pixies that were pranking around, and this is how they did it with all the different strings going up and down, and obviously lift the character up off the floor. Really funny, really funny. And then we went into the Forbidden Forest.
I'm not going in there.
I've got my camera zoomed in, so your face was like really.
It was really, it really had the eerie feel to it as well as you walked through. The spiders.
They're all coming down.
The big one underneath Aragog, I think his name was. I can't remember.
Oh, and up there.
Call myself a Harry Potter fan, eh? And there's Buckbeak. Oh, I absolutely love Buckbeak. And there's the Vanishing Chest. And a little bit of the darker stuff that was there. The costumes, the skulls. And this is how they made and painted the tree bark as well. So a little bit about that. There's just, like I say, the detail that went into it, the time, the effort, the love. And then we stopped for a bit of a butterbeer break. It was absolutely delicious. I've never had it before. So that was really lovely. And then we went and visited the night bus, which was outside. And the greenhouse, which is a new addition. With the mandrake roots, and you can pull the mandrakes up and make them squeal. So yeah, they were really fun. That was a really fun part. And there's Dan pulling a mandrake out. And there's the letters at Privet Drive. And there's the big lady that got inflated and out the window, and little Dobby talking to Harry on the bed. And here's some of the masks, the latex, the effects and you know, the makeup, the effects, the time it takes to go into all that as well, the designs, the sketches, the drawings, which you'll see a little bit later on. It was just absolutely amazing, it really was. And there's the wolf, little Dobby again, but he looks so sad. And this is a little bit of the CGI movement, the things that they did. So there's Dan there, just demonstrating. And there's little Dobby about to move. There we go, yeah, waving. Dobby is free. And there we go, last Dobby. Hello Dobby, give him a wave. I love Dobby, such a cute character. And then we went off to Gringotts Bank. This was just breathtaking, absolutely breathtaking. The chandeliers, the grandeur of it all, the floor, the pillars, everything, just breathtaking. It really, really was. Absolutely amazing, the detail. When you think the time and the effort that's gone into make all this. And there's Bellatrix's vault with all her gold. It's one of Dan's favourite characters, is Bellatrix.
As we saw Harry trying to get to the cup
And there's one of the goblins. And here we have Gringotts Bank after the attack from the dragon. So get ready, we're going to be attacked by the dragon. Wait for it.
Those chandeliers. All the flowers.
Are you ready? He's coming. That was so cool. It really was. You could hear that like in the next room away. It was so loud. I was thinking, what's going on in there? And here we have Diagonal Alley. Diagon Alley.
Why did
I never say it properly.
diagonally? There's all Avengers.
Just the detail of it all, of actually being there, crazy. There's Dan with the sword, and we've got a few shots where there's an owl, and here's some of the drawings, some of the painting, some of the artwork, the stills, the ideas, the visions that were created to make the film. Just obviously, because I'm into art, I just had to get some shots of the artwork and the stills. But yeah, I highly recommend Harry Potter Studios. If you've never been, please do go in London. Go and check it out. It's just filled with such magic, such wonder, such love, and all the staff are so knowledgeable as well. You can ask them anything about any of the things you're not sure about. And there's some more artwork, the mask, Dobby, and there, Hogwarts School of Magic itself. So yeah, I just couldn't get over the size of the model. I'd been told about the size of it, but I just imagined it much smaller in my head, and there it was. I just couldn't believe the detail, the magnificence, the size of it, and you could go all the way around it, as you're about to see in these videos. Now we are just gradually moving around it. And all the little lights inside, there's 500 LED lights inside to give the idea that there's lights on, there's candles on inside the school, the castle. This is the owl celebration, so again you can see all the fireworks. It was round the front, so I didn't quite catch it, unfortunately. But you can see bits of it and how amazing that would have looked from the other side. And there we have the details of the trees, where Hagrid's hut would be.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really do urge you, if you can, go check it out. We went with a bus company on a tour, which was very, very reasonably priced. And you get an overnight stay, you get your evening meal and breakfast. But we've had such a wonderful, wonderful time, and I just had to share these moments with you, and I hope you enjoy them as well. Really, really loved it, and I hope to see you again soon in another video. Thanks for watching.